What's going on, guys? It's the Buckle Otaku here, coming at you with another Dragon Ball Legends video. Now today we're going to be doing a little something different. As you can see in the background, yes, I said in the background, that means this is post-commentary, guys. Get used to it. I might do a little bit more of it in the future. But anyways, on to the subject at hand. So this is a little bit of old gameplay. Yeah, let me just say, Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Merry Xmas, Happy Holidays, anything that you guys believe in. I know it's very late. Also, I have a Happy New Year as well. Sorry that I'm so late with all this. I've been busy with real life stuff. People don't pay the ass. But that's besides the point, guys. Let's get back into the main point of this video. So, I don't even know the hell I'm gonna name the title of this video. But that's besides the point. Here's what's gonna happen, guys. This is gonna be known as Otaku Rant time. Yep, I'm making a new title of the subject. Where we're gonna be talking about anime, games, and all such. But anyways, that's coming to the year. Hope you guys have a New Year's resolution coming up. I know I got my more videos. So stay tuned on the channel. Hopefully I can make more than just one a year or two a year. Cause me making two a year, oh shit, it's the fucking end of the world, guys. But anyways, that's besides the point once again. Let's get to the main subject of the video. Today I'm doing a little rant. So before I go to the rant, I want to lead up into how I'm going to get to the rant. So one day after I've got to drop off my fiance at work, she works not too far from our house. Like, it's pretty much a fair little distance down the street and whatever. It's a drive. There's about 2 or 3 stop signs, not stop signs, one, two stop signs, and a couple of street lights that lead to her job. And within that span of time, if we was to go like a straight drive, it'll probably be like more than 3 or 5 minutes. But because of how long I was sitting in the traffic lights, it allowed me to listen in on the radio. There was a news report going on that people, well, not more than people, parents are more concerned with their children playing the game that's recently come into the scene. Well, not recently, it's been on the scene for I say about a good 2 years now, but it's really picked up in the last year, as in 2018. The last reported number of people that logged in and are currently playing this game are almost 200 plus million users. Yes, guys, you know the game. It's on stream, it's on Twitch, it's on YouTube, it's even Googled almost more than 1 point. What was the last? This was about a good week ago, because I was doing research on everything a day or so, and it took me a while to get the video. 1.2, 1.1 million searches on the Google engine. You know, guys, is Fortnite Battle Royale. Because of this game, parents have become more concerned with their children. In the report, it has said that parents are wondering if Fortnite is becoming too much of a negative influence for their kids, which in hindsight, you should be more worried about what's going on in their real life thing, like school, their studies, how you're parenting them. But that's just my 2 cents. I'm not gonna go any more deeper into that. But it's Fortnite, guys. Fortnite. We have multiple AAA titles that have come out that were more negative on the children's psyche. Let's put an instance, Grand Theft Auto 5, Grand Theft Auto 4, Saints Row the Third, any one of those games that you can think of, Call of Duty, all the Call of Duty series, matter of fact, Halo, because they had things called energy swords that the kids would just love running up behind the enemies with after getting out their cloaking device and viciously stab it through their enemy's chest and laugh as they run away or get them teabagging them in their face. No, but it's simply Fortnite. Fortnite is a very, very simple, well, simply a complex game. The Battle Royale portion is, at least, and that's what many people usually play. In the report as well, they got an interview with a child where they asked how often or how frequently do you play Fortnite a day. He says he logs into about 12 hours a day, which means he is somewhere in his high school years or college. He either lives with his people, or he does his homework or classwork on the computer, and he spends the rest of his time, or he doesn't do anything but play Fortnite for half the day. The other quarter he eats and sleeps, and then he repeats the cycle. Because of that, it has risen to concern with more and more people that Fortnite may possibly be one of the most negative affecting games of 2018 to 2019. This is coming from a group of people who, basically parents, and may I add, concerned, I'm gonna put it up in quotations, concerned parents. Sure, there may be the actual genuine concerned parents who don't let their kids play any violent video games and may actually let them play Fortnite because they say it's free, it's not too violent, even though they have actual real life weapons in them. They may have a pickaxe, which people can actually find nowadays. It's not too hard to even make one if you have the right tools at home, such as I knew a kid back in high school who had his own bench pressing station, his own personal pressing bench, where he helped his father press out iron sheets. If you have the right tools, you can make a pickaxe, but also it's not even hard nowadays to acquire special little weapons like the Desert Eagle, basically a elephant rifle in the game as well, along with a SCAR and a 12-gauge shotgun and a double barrel. These weapons are in any basic game that you can find in Call of Duty, Fortnite, basically, because that's the topic right now. You can also find them in Saints Row, Grand Theft Auto, anywhere that you look that have violent tendencies in video games. Fortnite is not really that violent. Okay, here's a small little state. In over the recent years of Fortnite being out, which we'll say a total of 4, which because, 2019. But besides that, over the years that Fortnite has been out, it's got massive updates. The community has received either backlash or total praise to the creators of the game because they're actually listening to some people and they're not in some cases, but they're trying their best, as developers usually do. You can't please them all, and you can't please majority of the fan base that you want to see pleased, because those are the people that you want to please. Everybody else are usually just negative Nancy's. Because there's recent rise of parents coming out and saying this, there's even been as much as to a whole continent. Yes, I'm not even exaggerating. The whole entire continent / country, you know it very well. Australia has banned the playing of Fortnite altogether. Australia had one incident where the children from a private academy, the parents' children from a private academy, came to the school and reported that their child is failing their class and what they could do. They asked, is there anything wrong with the child at home? Are they doing anything that usually seems like the ordinary? Are they doing everything that they should? The parent answers yes, but they say they allow them to play a game. Many other parents come forth in like PTAs and other things like that, saying that the main common goal in mind for their children is Fortnite. You can't blame a single video game. And because of that, the whole entire continent no longer allows children of a certain age to play Fortnite. Because of that, they basically banned it from the country. Like how basically Korea has banned all uses of YouTube or streaming for video games and such inside their country. And it's not to bash on them, it's basically nothing more than showing similarities in the case. Wow, this video is gonna take a while to edit. But as I was saying before, over the recent years, Fortnite has grown. It caused a boom, a huge boom inside the gaming community, but it's become to the point where it's toxic in a way. I want to say toxic. Alright, let's do it like this. If it's been over 4 years and almost more than 200+ million players have joined since November or December of 2018, it shows you how fast it actually grown over the number of years. Such as Call of Duty, they Call of Duty Big Red 1, then Call of Duty 3, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which is Call of Duty 4, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, Call of Duty Black Ops, Call of Duty Black Ops, Call of Duty War, Call of Duty Black Ops 1, Call of Duty Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4, etc. All these titles that have recently come out for the game, they slowly grow their fan base, such as Halo and other titles that have multiple series inside of their titles. But Fortnite's basically a battle royale game. It is the younger brother of another popular battle royale game known as PUBG for short. Yes, PUBG. PUBG, even though it came out a few months, probably almost a year before Fortnite. Fortnite came out and it received more popularity, more boom than its older brother. Why is that the case? Well, it's because PUBG didn't do anything specifically wrong. Technically, Fortnite furthered the battle royale scene by adding in creativity, battles that you can have, creative battles that you can have other than picking up a weapon in first person or third person, going around and trying to survive and shoot. You are now then creating platforms, castles. You also use traps, different guns that have effects with them. You're able to parasail, fly planes, ride in shopping carts, golf carts, teleport, create force in a matter of a millisecond by throwing out a specific grenade, a grenade that can cause players to dance uncontrollably. This game right here has furthered Battle Royale even more. There's been other ones that have came out because of the recent boom of Battle Royale games. Even Call of Duty has picked up on the Battle Royale scene as well. It really called to the scene of Battle Royale as well with their new Battle Royale scenes, and it is doing fairly well. Of course, on release, it wasn't as good or as popular as the other Battle Royales caught on to because it would have multiple faults and such. But Activision is slowly but surely updating it so that way it can give a good game. In case you guys are wondering why this all comes to play, it comes into a big factor because Battle Royale was never really a big popular thing until then the younger brother, as I previously stated, Fortnite came into play, and over the years it has grown majorly. It is in live streams almost everywhere on Twitch. You can see on live streams on YouTube, people recording gameplays of it, people showing walkthroughs, and they constantly keep the game going. They have ARs, like actual augmented reality game, Easter egg games that they do. Recently, they got done doing one with the teleportation or the house that not the house. It was the one where the llama, the Burger Town sign, and also the tomato Burger Town, the Tomato Town sign, and also another one, the popular the burger sign, I believe. All these were items that were found across the world at different locations, pinpointed on maps, and because of that, they got a more fan base. They did more stuff like this. They even put in Easter eggs that were hard to find somewhat, unless you actually play the game every season, which is currently on like season 7 or 8 right now, leaving behind smaller trails as to what is going on with the main story. Every character skin has a story to it. Every little part of the map constantly being changed or destroyed, especially the one where Tilted Towers was completely devastated. All these they brought about a story in Fortnite. Not just Save the World mode had its own story, but Battle Royale did as well when you went inside and fought against other characters. If you looked around the map, if you looked at small little things, that's what made the game's popularity. All the things it did. But for parents to believe that a small, simple game where creativity to the utmost is something negative, they might as well ban Minecraft or Total Miner Z in that fact. Any game that allows them to build and fight. Because in that sense, what are they really afraid of? The parents have nothing to be afraid of. Okay, of course, during most course of space, the average Fortnite player spends at least about 7 to 9 hours a day playing Fortnite, if yet more, if not less, because it depends on the age group. For instance, say if a middle schooler was, they would have a total of 2 to 3 hours playing because, you know, bedtime, unless they were the little, you know, offlandish kind of kid that would go out and do whatever they wanted to, minus what their parents said, and they'll spend an extra 2 hours playing almost to midnight past their bedtime. Or the average adult who has a 7 to 9 job, his days off, he spends the majority of it simply putting into Fortnite, making videos like the average YouTuber might do, and constantly doing the Fortnite stuff, and he lets it take over who he is, what he does, if not, nothing else. Now, because of that, it does raise the concern, is Fortnite actually negatively affecting society as it is nowadays? I would have to say no, it is not. It is the current standpoint that we view the video game industry as to making itself to be. If you guys are wondering if I'm just making this stuff up, I currently am not. What I mean by this is society basically views video games as something that we should turn away, because let's face it, when you say video games, you imagine the average geek person who's in his mid to late 30s, inside his mother's basement, his parents' basement, mother, father, grandparents, any relative's basement, with bad acne, obese, raspy throat, arthritis in either his left or his right hands, nothing but pizza boxes everywhere or small dinner plates laying around everywhere, cups, a mess, a pigsty in that case. And basically we shun that fact. But there are so many fun gamers out there who actually have a life, who put into sports and play video games, artistic people who actually play video games as well and use video games as part of their way of displaying how they feel and put it into their art. Everybody has their own way of coming about doing things, but with Fortnite should not be mainly targeted. If you want to target video games, target all of them instead that are violent. Just don't go after one in particular. Now, as you go more and more to studying why these parents, it's not only because of that, it's also because the parents believe that if they go up to a child, most of them, because of it being their age, how children basically are getting what they want, getting away with things that they want to do, it's because of times have changed. Everything is under the sun already. Nothing new is being said, nothing at all. So what's that bring the fact? Kids getting away with more stuff because parents are becoming either A, more lenient towards it, or B, they're not caring as much as they did in previous years before. And just hold on, because I am a 90s baby, so I understand exactly what I'm talking about when I'm coming to this point, okay, saying, these parents will whoop your fucking ass. If you weren't born during that time, or if you were born during that time, but you came from different types of families. Let's bring it to instances like this. You have the average family. Both the parents are there, or probably one of the mother's there, or the dad's there only, or they have only the grandparents. The child goes to school, he comes back home, he does his homework, he does the chores, everything that he should, eats his broccoli, he gets 8 hours of sleep, and he also studies. But with his free time on the weekend, he spends it playing video games or doing a little bit of studying and playing video games. But he logs in more time playing video games, watching TV, or spending time with his friends. Now you have another family, a family where the child is either A, adopted, B, has both parents, C, has one of the other parents, or D, was left to the grandparents. He basically goes to school, gets the same grades and everything, basically the same exception as the first family would. But here's the thing. The parenting styles. The parenting styles basically come into the equation when it comes to how the child reacts to certain situations and his stimuli with it and how he is able to cope. Now, video games, of course, being just a form of entertainment, is also a coping mechanism for some people. Not for all, but very few. Being a 90s child, you couldn't simply just say, hey, I want to do this, that with my game. You had to first put in the work, because nothing came to you unless you were from a very, very spoon-fed family. Okay, let's take this part out. I'll keep it in the shield. Now, because of these two situations, the parenting style essentially makes a huge difference. One child can play video games anytime they want, any type of game they want, and the parent trusts them. Or B, the child plays any video game they want and the parents don't trust them. They simply reprimand the child. They take away what the child loves. There's always multiple reasons as to why something may have a negative effect upon the child. Over the years, we did have school shootings and such, like public event killings as well, where it was a very big deal, and people pointed out towards mental instability or video games. Video games being the number one thing of all because these people who went out and did it were people who played games, who played GTA 5, Call of Duty, and all these other games that were very violent. Fortnite is violent, but they did not show people getting decapitated, such as Gears of War. They did not show blood getting spurred across the screen like Gears of War, Call of Duty. Any game that has blood in it, it doesn't basically show that all the time. Very few times will it show it, but other than that, the animations basically show your shield getting knocked off, you being laid down on the ground hurt. You have bandages, very cartoonish looking characters running around, these very silly emoticons that are being displayed in game. Where is the harm in it? Sure, the guns may be real and can be found in real life, but any other game that you look into has the same games, as well as a very popular game in the fall. I'm just gonna cut my rant short here, guys, because if I pick back up on it, I know I'm never gonna end this. So again, my name is Otaku. I thank you guys for watching this video. Now, you guys may be already used to me doing my quote of the day. In these type of videos, I will not be doing the quote of the day. Love you guys. I'll see you flip side. Sayonara.